In this video, we're going to revisit our ultrasonic levitation kit. I'm going to show you 3 great modifications to improve this. The first one of those modifications is about increasing the distance between the top transmitter and the bottom transmitter. At the moment, they're under an inch apart, so we can only levitate 4 beats at a time. The next 2 modifications are about separating the top transmitter and the bottom transmitter so that they can achieve levitation independently. So let's jump right in and see how those 3 great modifications can transform this kit.
We start by disassembling the top half of the kit by unscrewing the metal pillars. The original kit comes with 1.5-inch metal pillars. We're going to extend each one of those by 50% by adding 0.75-inch shorter pillars. While replacing the pillars, watch the polarity as shown. After extending each metal pillar by 50%, now it's time to put it to the test. We carefully bring each styrofoam bead slowly towards the transmitter at the bottom and leave it in place. We carefully add another bead on top of the already levitating bead while being careful with not disrupting its balance. We add the third bead in exactly the same way as before, and we start to see that the distance between the beads actually is constant and is about 4 millimeters. This is expected according to theory and is supposed to be half the wavelength of the ultrasonic transmitter, which is about 8.5 millimeters. We were able to levitate 6 beats at a time with the extension, while we were only able to levitate 4 beats in the original kit. We start by disassembling the unit. We are only going to need the circular base bit where there is only one ultrasonic transmitter. Once the circular base bit is disassembled, we power it using our 12-volt DC source. We then place an audio reflective surface, such as a ceramic tile or a glass, right overhead the base transmitter. Let's take a quick look at how this setup helps us levitate objects. The base transmitter sends the audio waves to the ceramic tile, which are then reflected back to the base transmitter. When we carefully adjust the distance between the ceramic tile and the base transmitter, we are able to create standing waves, which actually help us levitate lightweight objects. Now let's see this in action. Simply place a bead in the center of the transmitter, and then adjust the height of the ceramic tile, and you will observe the bead slowly moving, and at the right distance it will levitate. Once you achieve levitation, leave the ceramic tile in its position. If you like, you can then add additional beads once that balance is reached. As you know, we have 2 transmitters in our kit. Earlier on we saw how the base transmitter could be used for levitation. It is also possible to use the top transmitter on its own, but we will have to make a few modifications to achieve that. Let's first disassemble the kit as before. Let's see how the top transmitter can be used to levitate. During the disassembly, we removed the metal pillars which provided power to the top transmitter. Therefore, we're going to use two cables to deliver power to the top transmitter. We're using a red and a black cable, where the black cable is going to be attached to ground and the red cable is going to be attached to plus 12 volts on the base transmitter board. This is how the attached cable should look on the top transmitter. Next, we create a stable surface for the top transmitter by using a ceramic tile. It could be something else as well, and just simply gluing it using a glue gun. Try to keep the top transmitter as flat as possible while gluing it to the ceramic tile. We use the screws to attach the cables to the baseboard as shown. After we're plugging the power, we are ready to test the board. After making sure the red LED is on, indicating power up, we then bring our tile to the top of our transmitter. We then place the first bead at the center of the transmitter and the second bead next to it, and then carefully adjust the height of the ceramic tile until we observe levitation.